Tucker comes in motion.
Hillegas on that inside screen that's blocked oh so well every week in and week out. And he is taken down, but not after enough. Well, maybe 1 yard shy of the first down.
So Tucker comes in motion. He goes around the outside, tries to sell coming to him. And Wood gets it, like you said, that little dump out screen that we've seen all season long that has worked so well, usually with Matheson or Wood, either one.
And the thing about it is, I think that was excellently read by the defense because it got him from behind. The guys in front were all blocked. They were blocked well, and had that guy not caught him from behind, that play would have went big. Heisler coming set again after being in motion. A bit of a low snap, but Hillegas handles. Makes his way to the 35, maybe 36, and another Tiger first down. We've got 10:32. We're just underway now in the first quarter, and the Tigers on first possession are showing a really nice drive. That inside play has worked really well for the Tigers so far several times. Now Hillegas with a single back set. Fakes the handoff, makes a move and gets into the 30.
Hasn't been a real theme for him. Usually scrambling is when he keeps it, but 3 design plays already with Hillegas in mind.
Number 50, Michael Most, in on that stop. And it'll be a 6-yard gain and bring up second down and 4. Tigers continuing on the march. Hillegas wide open inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Tigers!
Brock Bales for the touchdown, I believe.
Playoffs 2023, and the Tigers have struck first.
Was that Matheson? I tell you, that one in the 10, I can't see it. Looked like Brock Bales to me. I believe it was. Man, Tigers come out and just drive the ball right down the field. 9 minutes and 34 seconds left. They get the score.
Yeah, Tigers did that very efficiently and very methodically and without many errors at all. And now Edwards on to attempt the extra point. Hillegas to hold. Snap looks good, kick is up, and the kick is good with 9:34 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers up 7 over Salisaw 0. First round of the playoffs brought to you live right here on Hub Network.
It's more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Welcome back as the Tigers strike first, 7-0, 9:34 in the opening quarter. Here's Edwards' kick taken around the 23-yard line. That'll be taken by Nickel. He'll go to the far side of the field, and he is just absolutely caught and driven backwards.
And we've got 44 ties up. Max Wood over here ties him up, rolls him up, holds him down. The official has to come in and break him up right off the bat, so we see where that's going to go. But great blocking for Salisaw, except for one.
Jacob Martin, number 35. And, I mean, he came in, and he just put a grab, a hold, and a throw down.
Jacob Martin. And we saw him show up last week in a big way.
Tiger defense, first time on the field. Stroon is the quarterback. He passes to the flats, near side. There to make the tackle is Hillegas. Pass complete to Max Stump. Stump is a senior. Stroon is also a senior.
And they're moving the ball, but the Tigers are right there in coverage, doing exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, gain of, I believe, 5 on the play. Might be 4. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Spot the ball at the 31.
You said they sometimes run the ball to set up the pass. I believe Salisaw might be passing the ball to set up the run.
It'll be interesting to take the remarks of head coach Tyler, and we want to control the clock, and see what that actually translates into. Here's a run, handoff number 3. He's got some room. That's going to be Cole Stevens, a senior running back. He'll make his way to the 41
Brought
and a
down
first
by
down.
Brock Bales and Moreland.
Check that. They re-spot that at the 39-yard line. It is indeed still a first down. So Salisaw comes right back, couple of plays, gains a first down. Strune, the quarterback, I mentioned he's right-handed just because his backup, number 10, Jackson Harris, is left-handed, and they were both equally taking snaps in the beginning of the game. Here's the quarterback keeper by Strune. He's going to fight his way through several Tiger would-be tacklers till he makes his way to the 45-yard line.
In the RPO, he keeps that one, tucks it in, and brings it back around.
Gain of 6 will bring up 2nd down and 4. There's a host of Tigers in on that stop, which credit our defense all year long, and it's what you want to see in the first drive of any game is several tacklers swarming to the ball. There's Strune with a handoff again. Stevens goes left side, taken out of bounds.
Working that RPO very well. He hands it off that time, leaves it around the end. And we got Moss in the booth.
That'll put the ball in Tiger territory, spotted at the 48-yard line, and will bring up another black diamond, first down and 10.
Folks, we've teased Travis all season long about coming in shorts, and it is exactly what he came in tonight. Travis has a sweatshirt on and shorts. I have pants on and a short sleeve shirt.
Short sleeve, yeah.
I guess I can't make fun of him if I'm wearing short sleeves.
Here's Strune. It looks like a busted play. He'll try to make something out of it. And the Tigers said no way. Several Tigers there, including Cade Ralston, helped cleaning it up. And I think.
Matheson, Ralston.
Is that? Yep, that is Max.
Cade Ralston.
Michael Cruz. I kept trying to say Max.
Cruz,
Michael Cruz, who we've given a lot of accolades to this year. He came through big time on that play.
And well-deserved.
Loss of 2 on the play, puts the ball at midfield and brings up 2nd down 12. We are just approaching the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. So far, I believe both quarterbacks are good on all their passes. This handoff left side, great pursuit in the backfield.
So Hilligoss and Matheson both out here on this near side. They both give room about 10 yards. They both step back 3 more yards as the play starts, and then he covers all that ground to catch him behind the line of scrimmage.
We talk about strength and conditioning and speed. Speed is a big, big thing on defense, especially when the handoff is just a couple yards behind the line and they lose a yard on that play because of that speed. That handoff was to Oft, O-F-T, and he could not make that corner because of Hilligoss.
Good running backs. Their exchanges have been a little bit slow, and they haven't been as quick on the exchanges. Just like that, rolls out looking for a pass, and he is going to get Heisler's
pressure in the backfield, lets it fly, almost intercepted, and it goes over their head. It is complete to Cole Mayfield, who just happened to be there. So a lucky escape for Strune, as there were several Tigers in the backfield.
Heisler had him and just couldn't get him down. He's hit as he thrown. The ball is tipped as it comes in, but as you said, number 11 was just sitting there in the perfect position.
I think in cases like that, you have to credit wide receivers sometimes for coming back on their routes, knowing their quarterback might be in trouble.
Not only did he come back, but he also, I saw him look down and make sure he was in bounds.
Here comes Strune now, quarterback keeper left side. He'll run into a wall there, but not before a 3 or 4 yard gain. There's a host of Tigers on that stop. Spot the ball at the 32-yard line.
Joe, would you turn my headset up just a little bit? I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Ball at the 32, and Salisaw still putting together a march in their first possession. Trying to answer the Tigers' score on their first possession. Tigers have done it much faster thus far. Stroon now in an option play, pitches, and just like it's drawn up on defense, James, somebody's got the pitch man, somebody's got the quarterback.
Roman Tucker comes in and gets the pitch man, and I didn't see who was on the quarterback.
Real credit to the Tiger defense for handling that play, as Stevens was able to go nowhere but backwards, spot the ball at the 35, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Here's where the Tiger defense will want to step up and make a turnover. Turnover on downs, turnover of sorts.
I concur, sir.
Stroon with a single back set and 3 wide receivers on the near side. Looks to pass. Flush from the pocket again. Has a man, and he makes the catch at the 25-yard line. That's going to be Cooper Cox, junior wide receiver, listed at 6'2", 160 pounds. So now on a couple plays, Stroon has found his way and used his arm to get out of trouble. And I would say that as a senior quarterback and a coach, that's what you are relying on in your senior quarterback. From the Tiger perspective, we'll look to shut that down. First down and 10, Black Diamonds. Handoff straight ahead, Stevens.
Credit to the Tigers. I mean, they really are handling the inside run very, very well.
Yeah, there hadn't been but a few yards gained on any inside run thus far. A couple lucky. I mean, they're not lucky. I mean, let's say a couple pass plays have kept this drive alive for Salisaw.
Yeah, credit to the receivers for making tough catches. One down on the ground, also this one on the sideline as well.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot to be said for finding those open guys whenever normally they're covered. They got away and probably went off their route to get open. Stroon now hands off again to Stevens. Several Tigers are there. I believe that's Cade Ralston in on the initial contact.
Also Kellen Fry in there as well.
Nice job by the defense there, not giving up anything. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. We are continuing. We're now at the 3-minute mark. Tigers have a 7-0 lead. Give us an opportunity to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Davis Dental Studio, keeping the clock and the scoreboard up for you all season long. Great people and great business at Davis Dental Studio. 3rd down and 8 for the Black Diamonds. Looking to pass again. Stroon gets out of trouble, gets away from would-be tacklers, fires downfield, has a man in the end zone, broken up. Matheson is there. Nice defense.
Matheson just about brings that one in, and as you said, that was an incredible defense. You talked about the receivers oftentimes coming back to the ball, but here we have the defenders doing that same thing as well, correcting their mistake from before, making sure they're in front of the ball.
I didn't catch for sure. It was the side of the field that Tucker Lang normally plays, but that, I think, was a design screen out away from us, and he immediately comes up and covers it, which led Stroon to almost get tackled in the backfield, flush this way and find an open guy, but thankfully Matheson was there. Now Stroon on 4th down, needs 8, fires to the end zone. He's covered, it goes out of the back of the end zone, out of the hands, no flags on the play, incomplete pass. The result of the play is what we were looking for, turnover on downs.
And there was contact on the play, but it was contact while they're running to the ball. There was no extended arms, no pushing, no shoving, and of course, a couple of their players with their arms out. That's always going to be the case. But well covered by the Tigers.
He ended up, it looked from our standpoint, we're quite a ways away, but it looked like he dove for it and it landed out of bounds anyway, so it was most likely uncatchable. So the Tigers take over now. 2nd possession of the game at the 2:17 mark. Hilligoss fires to down the middle of the field, finds Matheson, a gain of 11.
To the near, to the far, the middle.
The middle. It's far from us. It's near for some.
I believe that's the first time Matheson has been targeted in the game. or second. Bruce will tell us.
No, I think you're right, and I think that's Hilligoss's. He hasn't had an incomplete pass yet. Knock on wood. Here Hilligoss looks back to Roman Tucker, has a step. He's going to gain a few on the play, and maybe 2.
Matheson scrambling back, hit hard going out of bounds, and he's a little slow coming up. Get a little stinger.
That happened. Was he the tackler?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a penalty flag, so illegal block in the back, I believe.
Well, I believe what it was, and it wasn't Matheson. He's coming back to the ball, coming back to help, and going to give a block. Well, the defender stopped, and he tried to jump over him to prevent hitting him because he was in, you can't stop on dime, and just really ran into him. And the right call, but those things just happen.
Tigers backed up now at their own 28-yard line. As a flat receiver, Roman Tucker with the reception across the 30 to the 35, 36-yard line.
There's a flag in the backfield.
Tigers got back to almost the original line of scrimmage on that play.
That's twice he's hit Tucker in motion.
That'll be a holding call assessed against the Tigers. So not a great time to pull out a couple of undisciplined plays.
And the Tigers are moved backwards, going the wrong way.
The only positive thing to take away from this so far is each time the Tigers have gotten back 10 or 12 yards on their next play. It's still first down. It's a long ways to go. Second down is the mark.
No, it should be first down. It says second down the side, but it should be first down. There you go.
On the field. There's a pass to the far sideline. Double coverage, caught, and a nice catch by Roman Tucker, I believe. Yeah, here's 2 here, so that'd have to be Tucker over there. Puts the ball at the 23-yard line. Now it'll be second down. And I'm letting the scoreboard operator, my good friend Sharon, do the math on that one.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. Hilligoss comes near side. Looks downfield and fires deep.
Lots of time. Matheson is covered and becomes the defender.
Yeah, he's in coverage. Cooper Cox and also Parker Pratt.
Boy, Salisaw guys are grabbing about every little. He did exactly what he needed to do to prevent.
And I wouldn't you agree that might be one that, Hilligoss gets the, hey, don't do that one next time.
Yeah.
I know we got speed. I know normally we can complete those, but we want to be a little more careful on plays like that.
Well, he ended up throwing into double coverage.
Yeah.
He had lots of time back here, just nothing developing down short. He looks for the long, and that's exactly what they were. When you have coverage like that, that's exactly what you want to do. But unfortunately, Matheson runs into double coverage as the safety comes in to help out.
We're going to have our first Hillcrest timeout on the field. And the Tigers are up 7-0 with 40 seconds remaining, facing a 3rd down and 21. Maybe this will be a great opportunity during this first timeout to mention that we've got the Cushing Community Thanksgiving Dinner coming up in a couple of weeks here at the Cushing High School Fieldhouse, being organized by community members like myself. And all of that information is on Facebook.
Yeah.
The Sign Up Genius is out there. And here's the theory, James, is that the Sign Up Genius has food items and other items that people can donate and sign up for, but people can also give cash or check, and that's being taken through Love Inc. And then everything collected and after it's purchased and used, food and money included, goes back to Love Inc. after the Thanksgiving dinner. So we're looking for people to go seek that out, find that out, and please volunteer for that as we try to hold a community Thanksgiving dinner in the way that Dr. Gary Dieter did for up to 30 to 35 years.
So excited to see that coming back, and everybody get involved in that as well.
Pass to the near side is just short. Hilligoss tried for Roman Tucker, and the coverage there was Cole Mayfield, even though he would have been late had the pass been a little higher. The result will bring up a 4th down and 21 and a punt situation for the Tigers.
It looked like that one just came out of his hand awkward, like he just didn't have a good grip on it.
Yeah.
So we're down to 33 seconds as the Tigers get ready to punt. This has been a fast first quarter. And when you're running the ball a lot, that's exactly what you get.
And completing passes. That's we've had, only a few that were not completed. That ball takes a Black Diamond bounce down at the 47-yard line. Hey, Bruce looked it up for us. Did you see why the Salisaw Black Diamonds are named Black Diamonds?
I actually did, but I'm going to let you take it.
I believe, if we remember right, it was named for the coal.
It was.
That they were mining in the area when the town was originated.
Yep.
Fun Oklahoma fact there. Try to learn something new every day. Never expected to learn that.
Up through Mays County and all the way up through Joplin, you could go underground in Mays County and take mines all the way up and come out in Joplin, Missouri.
Here's the Black Diamonds' first pass. Stroon completes over the left side. Cox with the reception. He'll be driven out of bounds by Hilligoss, but not before some more damage on a first down pass. That will get the Black Diamonds to the 38-yard line.
Used to be a lot of mining in Oklahoma, and if you go up towards Kansas on that side, you'll see what looks like a lot of hills. It's actually a lot of mines that have caved in. Interesting facts for you there.
Very interesting. People didn't know they were going to get all that information tonight.
Tigers jump, but get back in time. And here in Cushing, we store black gold.
That is correct, and a lot of it. Just don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Stroon now with the RPO, gives it to Stevens. He finds some room, makes his way to the 27-yard line. That'll be another first down as the clock approaches 7 seconds remaining.
Bales
in
and
the first quarter.
Matheson on the tackle. Hilgosh just could not get off of his block to get over there as it's coming towards him.
I would say that this drive is starting out much like the first one did for Salisaw, and they're getting done what they want done. That's the end of our first quarter of play. Your Tigers up 7 over Salisaw, but they're on the march. Come back and join us right here live on Hub Network. We'll be right back after this.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
At Davis Dental Studio, our patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just underway in the first snap of the second quarter. Salisaw on the march. Tigers up 7-0. Stroon with a quarterback keeper. He'll get a couple yards out of that one. Fry was in there, as well as Camden Wilson.
As you see, we have our Super Source back up and working, and so you will not miss a moment of action. If we have a commercial and they come back, you will have that in that side-by-side window. Hub Network, Joe Kennedy getting it going.
Gain of 2 on that play brings up 2nd down and 8. If you're just joining us, welcome. Tigers have 7-0 lead, but Salisaw has been able to do on this drive kind of what they wanted, like this. Stroon makes a cut inside the 20. He is, what would you call that, some sort of wrestling move?
Yeah, Bell's got a hold of his arm, did an arm bar spin. Yeah.
Reminds you of the old WWE days when they grab you one way and throw you and hip throw you.
And that's exactly what he did.
And gets the Black Diamonds close to bring up 3rd down and 1. So Tiger defense really wanting to get in the backfield and disrupt this play. Nonetheless, Stroon in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers, and it looks like a double tight end set. Run pass option goes to off. He tries to make the corner.
Ooh, I like it. Nice job by the Tigers stringing that all the way along the line.
And it started with the first guy through, almost made the tackle in the backfield. That offset off course, and he had to adjust, and then a couple other Tigers come in and clean it up. Still short. 4th down and 1. Approaching the 10-minute mark, I'm going to say the time of possession easily favors Salisaw at this point. However, Tigers have the lead. Salisaw, Stroon will keep this one, try to get to the first. He does, and then some.
Yeah, and that's just a power move by him. After contact, he was contacted before, and just able to drive through and get those 2 extra yards for the first down.
Got to spot the ball at the 12-yard line and bring up a 1st down and 12 as we just go under the 10-minute mark. Stroon now. Stevens in the backfield.
I believe you meant 1st down and 10 on the 12.
Is that what I didn't say?
1st down and 12.
1st down and 12
Yes,
from
sir.
the 10.
That's what it looks like from the clock, but
Stroon floats that one. That is a nice defense. And that's the far, far side of the field for us.
that is Brock Bales.
Bales turns just as the wide receiver is also turned, but Bales just slaps the ball away.
That's right.
Excellent defense, no interference, heads up play. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 12.
And you can have a lot of contact and reaching in and fighting for the ball as long as you get your head around it and are looking for the ball.
Salisaw now again with 2 tight ends, single back set and 2 wide receivers. Stevens with the run pass option, and Stroon keeps it, and he will make his way down inside the 5. You know, that's exactly how that play's designed. Whenever you go, let it go with the running back as long as you can. It takes the defense that direction, and then if you see a gap, you pull it back and you hit the gap. So showing that can cause the team to make an adjustment when a team does it really well. That might be exactly what the Tigers are doing now.
As 3rd down and 5, but I believe it's 3rd down and 2. Now they changed it. 3rd down and 2 on the 5.
As Lucio checks in the game, and they will run again. Now, Stroon makes his way close to. They're not going to give him the touchdown.
No, but man, did he drive through another defender.
Pure strength on his part, and spot the ball just inside the 1, a 1st down and goal.
They're going to go quickly, and that usually means the quarterback. He hasn't touched the ground yet. Signaling touchdown from the near side.
Yeah. So the Black Diamonds get their first 6 on the board after coming up empty-handed a couple times, or I guess, 1.5 times in the first quarter. See if kicker comes on. I believe he does. Now the kicker's wearing jersey number 9, I believe.
That is true.
And I don't have that on a roster, so. The snap and the kick. Pretty good leg. As far as distance goes, there it is, 7-7, 8:46 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Come back right after this. You're listening live on Hub Network.
Great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd. Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
for the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
Wood makes that return to the 34-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers. And James, the way I see it, and correct me if I'm wrong, both teams have had a possession and scored. Both teams have had a possession and stopped.
Correct.
So we're now going back to the Tigers' first possession, and it is 7-7.
And you called it out. The Salisaw has definitely won the time of possession. I don't have the details on that, but it's definitely been in their favor. But the Tigers, man, their first drive down the field, so impressive.
And unfortunately, the second drive just got them too far behind in a couple of penalties.
Heisler in motion to the near side.
Hillgoss will keep to this side. Has blockers in front. Turns it up. Can't quite get the hole, but he gets to the 40.
I believe he waited just a little bit too long to he was waiting for his blockers to develop, and he waited just a little bit too long, turned upfield on that one.
And what can happen in this case, Cole Stevens is a starting running back on the other side of the ball. He's also playing in a linebacker position, so he comes in from behind. And if you can't quite get going up, north and south before he catches you from behind, you run into that situation. However, you still gain 5 yards, brings up second down and 5. There's nothing wrong with that every single play. Hillegas here, a little bobble, gets it to Roman Tucker, who stammers around a little, makes his way back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple of yards gained on the play. Kind of turning not much into something.
At least one.
Tucker, and that'll put the ball to 41, bring up third down and 3. Again, another play that just didn't quite develop, but not negative yards, positive yards.
Bell checks out as Fry checks in for the Tigers.
Well, a lot of times we see something in that case where Fry's a good lead blocker or just a power runner himself.
Now you are
there's the lead block. Puts a nice block on. That's going to be Hillegas, the quarterback keeper. He'll get close to the first down. It looks like it's going to be 1 yard short. They'll spot it at the 43. He needs the 44.
Got a short spot on that one.
Now it's fourth down. It's a tie ball game, and the Tigers, yes, will punt from this situation. Now, earlier we played the field position game, and we were losing. Now's the time to flip that field position, get a nice deep punt, pin Salisaw deep, and get a 4 and out or 3 and out. And that bounce is going to favor the Tigers. And if the guys get to it there quick enough, it will.
Penalty against Salisaw.
And that's going to be down at the 5 yard line. Nice job by the special teams as the Tiger punt unit comes in and pins Salisaw deep in their own territory.
As Bruce said, there is a penalty on the field. They are discussing it. And what were you saying, Bruce? 12 men?
Yeah, I think they were trying to get guys on. And so a possible too many men on the field penalty. All right, sometimes they call them illegal substitutions, whatever they come up with.
My wonderful Aunt Joanne from Arkansas is checking in and watching the game, as well as my favorite cousin, Alyssa, watching from Arkansas.
That is awesome, and probably not so awesome. The penalty flag was waved off.
That's not awesome.
Tigers were looking to pin them even deeper. However, as the case is, Tigers have an opportunity now on defense. Salisaw has got to go 95 yards, 96 yards. Correction. They will, of course, set out to do that 10 yards at a time, but a good opportunity for the Tigers to get them stopped deep in their own territory. Flip this field position now, 6.5, 6:41 remaining in the first half. This handoff straight ahead. The Tigers swarm to that one, a gain of a few on the play. Look at that handoff. Yes, that was Stevens, the starting running back. He'll make his way to the 7 yard line, gain of, I'm going to say 4, maybe 3. Well, the flag looked like more than 2, but the scoreboard says 2, so we'll go second down and 8. Now the Tiger defense facing second down and 8. Stroon looks to pass. Check that. There's the left-handed quarterback. He'll fire right side, Max Stump, the intended receiver. Now, here's why I mentioned this early in the show. Jackson Harris is a left-handed quarterback. Because those two quarterbacks were both taking equal snaps in pregame, I was curious if he would be in the game in some sort of dual quarterback role, and that is what it appears as though we've seen so far. Not questioning anything of a coach, but you've also got your other quarterback that just led your team down the field.
That's
and scored.
exactly right.
You know, makes a curious question right now. We'll see if we can't find out more. Nonetheless, Jackson Harris taking the snaps. Third down. Referees stop things here. Possible timeout. Timeout, Black Diamonds. Looking for a signal on.
Want to mention some of our sponsors here. Davis Dental Studio, as you said earlier, proud sponsor of the Davis Dental scoreboard. Go see Rebecca Davis and let her make your teeth shine. That's my dentist. Proud supporter of Cushing Tiger football. Also, RCB Bank. That's my community spirit. That's also my bank. RCB Bank, you will find a local partner and banking team that you trust. Visit us today and see why our customers say, that's my bank. They also say, that's my play, here on Tiger Football Live.
And we've got the halftime show coming up, Votes Notes, sponsored by.
During the halftime show, folks, stick around. The RCB at the half. We will also have Dr. Amon, our superintendent, come in and visit with Travis and talk about all the great things that's happening in Cushing High School and around the community.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that conversation, and both for the purpose of the school system and because I've known Melissa, Dr. Amon, almost my entire life. I'm really looking forward to that opportunity to visit with her. Here is another Tiger defense almost getting him in the end zone. Instead, Harris will be tackled in the backfield, and there is a loss on the play. It'll put the ball around the 3, maybe 4-yard line.
Moreland comes in, breaks everything up. He doesn't go down. Then Moreland comes back around from the backside and helps out on that play. And he has been a disruptor all season long.
I'm going to say right now that timeout was for Salisaw to draw something up. But the Tigers drew something up as well, and it was executed better. So now punting from his own end zone.
Kudos to Coach Fry on.
And here standing for the return. And that's going to just be left alone. And great field position for the Tigers. It will be down at the 43-yard line. And that's where the Tiger offense will take over. First down and 10. Just exactly, I think, what we had drawn up in our playbook, James. 5:05 remaining. We want to get some momentum going into halftime. We're tied 7-7, but we've played the field position game. We flipped it, and now we're starting our drive, the Tiger drive, in Black Diamond territory.
Nice short field position for the Tigers. Did everything like they were supposed to as they're holding them up to get the flags set. The chain gang was a little slow in getting set back, and there we go. Tigers draw off Salisaw.
It's really interesting. It almost looked like the Tigers were in a tempo, in an up, like we want to go, we want to go. And it ended up being, a call, and Salisaw jumps off sides. 5-yard penalty, brings up first down and 5. Now spots the ball at the 38-yard line. Here's Hillegas with a single back set. Matheson near side. It'll be Woods on the far side.
Both and. Max and Lane.
The pass goes to Lane and just out of his reach.
It's intercepted by number 1.
Intercepted by Max Stump.
So that one was a little bit too high, and all season long, Lane has done a great job of going up and getting those, but it was just a little bit too much. He couldn't get it. It was a little behind him and too high. And Salisaw, receiver, you said Max Stump, right in position.
And Stump is a 6'3", 150-pound senior.
And he used all 6'3" to stretch out to get that one.
So now the Tiger defense back on the field. However, the ball is at the 22-yard line, and we're still in a good stop here with Stroon back in the game. Can't make anything. Maybe even lost a yard.
I believe that was Heisler on the tackle.
Tiger defense answers here. Still no harm, no foul. And we're just starting to tick to the 4.5-minute mark.
Second 11, lots of yard on the play.
Stroon had gone out maybe just for a breather on that last possession. Or they just tried Harrison, didn't like what they saw. This handoff to Stevens. He's fighting through, still breaking tackles.
Oh, my goodness, and he is
breaks
off
out
to
of
the
that
races.
when Matheson has a chance. Matheson still has a chance. Stevens brought down. Nope. He will find his way to the end zone. Matheson just about had him, but at the 4:10 mark, and one big play, the Black Diamonds will go up.
As they break that one open, it was broken tackle after broken tackle after broken tackle. He goes all the way through the line. He was really made contact right at the line of scrimmage, and then it is off to the races, and Matheson, the only one with the chance, and credit to him, he never gave up all the way to the end zone.
You know, you go back to teaching Little League, playing Little League. Keep your feet moving, keep your feet moving, get your knees up. That's what that play looked like from a senior running back. Number 9 to attempt the extra point. 13-7 is now 14-7. So Tigers find themselves down 7, 4:10 remaining, but getting ready to receive the kick.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Welcome back to the Hub Network, Tiger Football Live, and we're going to mention Salisaw. Man, they have traveled well. Of course, it is district play, but they have packed the visitor stand and around, and they are making the noise.
Here's the kickoff. It'll be fielded around the 30-yard line. Roman Tucker again, and as he goes out of bounds, the ball comes loose, so the possession will stay with the Tiger, but just with the Tigers, but a slight concern there that he lost the handle on that.
Yeah, Tucker
or it was knocked away.
It was knocked away, but he didn't get, when you make contact, you're supposed to get the other hand on top of it. I mean, you have guys that are smart enough to punch the ball out.
A few little things here in the first half that the coaches will definitely be talking about at halftime with the players. Nonetheless, 4:05 remaining, and Schuler takes the troops out with Hilligoss at the call from the 32-yard line, the snap and the handoff. Here's Roman Tucker, makes an inside move, cuts up and gets about 4 yards on the play.
And gets away with that one, nice run. And again, the ball was uncovered. And so going to have to watch that and see if Salisaw picks up on that as well. Well-coached team, as you mentioned before, and they are fundamentally sound on both sides of the ball, as are the Tigers.
Now, everything that Coach Tyler had mentioned in the article I read. That pass complete to Matheson. He'll get to the 41-yard line before he is tackled, but it should be.
That's a terrible spot because, there they go. The line judge moving him. He had forward progress.
The far sideline was signaling first down. It is a first down.
And the near was well. The near sideline's one that moved him up 2 yards. But, just a little bit of confusion there.
The ball at the 42. Tigers have 2 timeouts remaining as we approach the 3-minute mark. Down by 7. Hilligoss retreats, fires. Has Matheson over the middle of the field. Pass complete. He'll be taken down at the 40-yard line. Now some tempo perhaps. Wouldn't mind seeing the Tiger offense in some tempo. Get that defense tired out.
That's exactly what's happening, and I'm going to call for our old play-by-play guy, first down, Elton Wood. You always give us a first down. There it is.
Pass complete. Near side, Bales with the reception. He'll gain a few on the play. Also, Key, he gets out of bounds. 2:36 remaining, clock stops. And the ball's at the 37-yard line. Tigers just 37 yards from would be tying this up.
possibly the fastest first half of play that we've had all season long.
It's been very interesting from that perspective. Hillegas steps up. He's in trouble and taken down. Credit that tackle to number 60. That's Caden Pollard. However, the true other pressure was provided by someone else who caused Hillegas to step up to Pollard.
And Ralston just could not hold that block any longer without it moving into a hold, and he was doing all that he could. And there's just a point where you can't keep the block anymore. It's going to turn into a hold, and that's exactly where he was.
Again, we're at the 2:05 mark. Tigers have the 2 timeouts. Hillegas retreats. Looks deep downfield, fires deep downfield into double coverage. And that was a dangerous pass. Bales tries to make a would-be interference out of it, but it didn't get the call.
Hey, Coach Bull, Ty Bullock is watching, and hey, Coach Bull, I see you, man. I miss you,
How about
brother.
that? You
How
bet.
are things going? He was the offensive coordinator for Cushing for many years, and then went down to take over the head coach at Tecumseh.
Tigers now set to punt again, 4th down.
Great guy, great coach. Ooh, Salisaw just about gets their hands on that one.
High punt. A fumble here would be nice.
Well covered, but gets away from the coverage. Number 4.
Yeah, I was looking back here at one of the blocks. That's Oft, one of the other running backs for. I was looking back here at Makata, who got blocked. I was wondering how he got blocked so hard, but nonetheless, Oft returns the punt and gets back to the 24-yard line. And with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, that's where Salisaw will take over 1st down and 10.
Oft was the
7.
very definition of shifty right there.
Yeah. So will Salisaw run the clock here or be a little bit aggressive? They will come out and pass. Stroon looks downfield, fires way downfield. That was picked off by Matheson. If he picks up some blockers, he could be dangerous. Stays on his feet. This side of the field is open. Matheson makes a move. Gets another guy to miss. Most of the team on him now. He's down to the 30-yard line. 1:22 remaining with 2 timeouts. How about Matheson?
Brody Matheson, one of those players that just plays with heart all the way through, and it's only a matter of time before he's going to sit on, and he's been sitting on that passing route. He sat on it 2 or 3 times, but finally gets in there.
Just like when he's on offense, I love to watch him work with his feet, his footwork, and his stiff arms. He gets all the way back to the 30-yard line. Now the Tigers, with 1:22 and 2 timeouts, will try to put it in the end zone before halftime.
There are times when Matheson just chooses, I will not be stopped.
Hillegas' quick pass over the middle. That's going to be complete down to the inside the 20.
Wyatt Heisler pays the due for that one. He comes up slow and sore.
And to his credit, he caught the ball first, held on to the ball throughout the entire play, and was not worried about getting hit. And that's toughness right there.
That's
Sheer
exactly
toughness.
right. 1 minute,
10.
5 seconds left.
Hillegas looks left, fires right in threaded the needle. Gets it down inside the 5 to the 6-yard line, and that's Lane Wood with the reception.
Number 11 was the defender. He actually gets his hand on the ball and bobbles it up, but credit to Wood for bringing that in. Bobbled all the way.
Or was it Max? I saw high fives to both of them.
Yeah.
They were both there in the area. A timeout on the field. I believe that's going to be a timeout to the Tigers with 54 seconds remaining.
Want to mention a few more of our sponsors here. Ortho Oklahoma on-site imaging, including Stillwater's only open MRI, sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, spine surgery, total joint replacement, a division of Stillwater Medical. Visit them at 511 Windsor in Stillwater or 405-707-0900. That's orthook.com.
Well, here's the reset as we get out of this timeout. 54 seconds remaining until halftime. Tigers down by 7. However, after an interception by Matheson, they are on the march, and the ball is spotted at the 7-yard line. 1st down and goal. And the Tiger offense coming out of that timeout will surely try to draw something up here to even things up before halftime. Here's Hilligoss with the quarterback keeper. This worked in the beginning of the game. He fights his way inside the 5, maybe to the 3-yard line.
It works as well with 43 seconds. They're going to call a timeout now.
It'll be the Tigers' second timeout. Interesting to go back to something that worked earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Probably something that's of value throughout. Another Hillcrest timeout. We want to remind you once again to stick around during halftime. We have Dr. Melissa Amon, our school superintendent, for just a few minutes. And then we got Votes Notes, sponsored by RCB at the half. And those halftime thoughts will be coming to you in just 42 short seconds on the clock time.
Don't forget Mazio's. They sponsor our... what do you call that, Joe? I'm sorry. Hospitality booth. I blanked out for a minute there, folks. Hospitality, we appreciate them sponsoring us and bringing pizza up here to the booth for us, and they do that all season long.
Now,
that's Mazio's Pizza.
Now we just have to decide if it's Mazio's or Mazio's.
Well, listen, you say Mazio's, I'll say Mazio's.
You say
and
tomato.
We'll let Dr. M decide which one it is.
I say tomato.
Or I
Here
say
we go.
potato, you say potato.
That's right. Hilligoss from the 3-yard line. Looks to the right, fires in zone, touchdown. Tigers complete to Matheson. Very well executed route, very well executed pass.
What more could you ask for than the guy that got it turned around? And this is the type of thing that could be a momentum shift going into halftime, Travis.
Yeah, I think you want to make a statement that we came out, we scored first. You clawed back and got back in it. You got away with a play that we fell asleep on. We're coming right back at you at halftime. We'll help you to realize it's our house. It's going to be 14-14 at half after this Edwards kick. Knock on wood, and they'll, that'll be the discussion at halftime. Is let's go out and put a clamp down. Kick is up and is indeed good with 37 seconds remaining till half. Tigers 14, Salisaw 14. You're listening to it all live right here on Hub Network. We'll be right back after this.
Well,
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after, the first half is nearly complete. 37 seconds remaining. Tigers just score, after a much-needed touchdown coming from a turnover orchestrated by an interception by Matheson. Ends in the end zone with a touchdown to Matheson. Edwards puts the exclamation point on. It's now 14-14. And as we were saying right before that break, that's what the Tigers needed going into half. Edwards now set to kick from his own 40-yard line. And does. End over end kick taken around the 23. Needs to be covered up as the clock continues to run. Now Salisaw comes out with 32 seconds remaining and 2 timeouts of their own.
Not quite the field position the Tigers had. They are on the opposite side, 40.
Salisaw will get the ball at the start of the second half.
Yep.
So, of course, they could, come up with a big play, or they could go in at halftime and still get the ball back. Tiger defense playing off a little, probably would give up a shorter play. Screen pass out to this side looked like an illegal block.
It was all the way, and there's another flag right here, but that was more than a block in the back. That was a hold, a turn, and almost a horse collar on the side. Everybody could see it. I'm hoping that that's what this flag is about. If it is, it's a spot foul, and it should be all the way back at the 40-yard line.
Cooper Cox able to get inside the 5, but the ball is coming back.
And that's what Coach Morgan is saying. You didn't throw your flag far enough. The spot foul is all the way back.
So they're having a discussion with the official now. 20 seconds remaining on the clock until half. Salisaw is backing up.
What's happening? He comes all the way back here, says something to Coach Chisholm, but
throws the ball back across the field. Now that official runs it up to the 48. Here we go. That should be. They're going to take a timeout. Salisaw's going to take a timeout.
And that's you can hear the Tiger fans are very upset over that one. Everyone could see it. You could see it from home, even on the wide zoom. And so, man.
Yeah, they're going to reset the flags on this one as well. So it'll be a first down for Salisaw after this Hillcrest timeout.
You know, it's one of those things, and Coach Chisholm's going to talk him up right here, and hopefully in the right way. You know, as a catcher in high school and playing some of that, you realize that you talk in the right way to the officials. You know, you say things in a way that they'll receive it. And so hopefully, because that was, there are holds and blocks that you don't see, and the other team does well, and just happens. That one was blatant, right out in the wide open.
Yeah, and you know, it would be 3-yard first down and goal from the 3 with 20 seconds. Puts Salisaw back at the 48-yard line. Tiger defense looking to hold. Salisaw has 1 timeout remaining. Tigers have none. And here's the reverse and a possible pass downfield. It is. That was going to be intercepted. Roman Tucker will take it back to the 40, 45, 50s in Salisaw territory. Goes out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Big time hold for the defense. 10 seconds remaining till half.
Hey, listen. Wyatt Heiser gets back there, lays a lick on the quarterback, gets him backing up, he's laying a lick on. Pass comes up short, but Roman Tucker does the smartest thing. He could have tried to fight through. Well, then you'd lose your time. Steps out of bounds, gives the Tigers at least one more play.
Yeah, and
no timeouts left.
Absolutely, and credit the defense and rushing the passer on that in that case.
Oh, yeah.
On the reverse, definitely made a difference in the pass being underthrown. Hildegard's firing deep. Has one man, double coverage. Ball's knocked around, almost intercepted. And 2 seconds remain, so one more opportunity. Potential Hail Mary situation. Now, I always say, it never hurts as long as you don't throw an interception.
That's right. Well, and it doesn't really hurt you too bad as long as, now they've taken the clock down to 1 second.
Oh, very nice.
So this will be the final play of the half, any way you slice it.
I like to take mine with a vertical slice.
So, folks, we'll have a commercial, and then after that commercial, we'll have RCB at the half and Dr. Melissa Amon.
Hildegard now stepping up, looking downfield, fires, has Matheson. Matheson scoops the block. He's going to get right down to the. No, he did not get in. He got right down to the 1 yard line.
Close.
That was a beautiful job by Matheson and beautifully blocked after he made the reception. Nonetheless, he'll come up short. I mean, you talk about exciting, folks. That's just the first half.
That's exactly
it's playoffs 2023. You're listening to it live right here on Hub Network. Tigers tied 14-14. Stay with us for the halftime show. Coming right back with Dr. Melissa Amon right after this.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's halftime here, brought to you by RCB Bank. Before we get to votes notes, we just want to remind you in this halftime the Tigers are 14-14. And our special guest in the booth this evening is no stranger to me, full disclosure. Dr. Amon and I have known each other for many, many years. We won't disclose exactly how many.
No, let's not be talking about that.
But let's start out with the really hard-hitting questions first.
Okay.
Superintendent of Cushing Public Schools.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah? Tell us a little bit about it. Forgive me, I mean, I'm an employee, but was this year 2 or 3 3.
This is year 3.
Yeah. See, it even makes you think for a minute.
It's just flying by.
And that's it. So year 3, and you like just your overall impression of, was it everything you dreamed?
Well, I think.
Yeah,
I think
right.
it was. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those deals where every day is a little bit different. You know what I mean? And you never, just when you think you like, oh yeah, I got this down. Like this is, and then something happens. And you're like, what was that? But then you get like great days. Like Monday, I got to go and spend the whole morning at the pre-K. They have Dr. Amon Day every year.
Oh, nice.
And it is like the most fun thing to go do because you get to go play with the kids, and we did Legos and we did puzzles, and I got to teach a lesson with them. And they're just so cute, and and they have no idea. They have no idea what I do or anything.
Right,
so you make a little friend, and he's like, no, we're gonna go over here, and I'm like, absolutely, we're gonna go over here. So
that is such a neat connection too, and to the staff and the facilities and having you do things like that. I think has got to be a real treat for you, but also really good for the district itself. What about you? You mentioned one of a day being a good day. Let's talk a little bit about just our school system right now. It seems like there's a lot of good things we can talk about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was just looking at your sweatshirt here. We've got you guys FFA just got back from National Convention. You guys had a great honor there, a top 10 chapter. I mean, so that's an awesome thing. The Ag kids came to Rotary on Thursday, and they presented. And if you haven't got to see the Ag kids do their thing, I mean, they're so well spoken, and they're just so good. And then I've never been to National Convention, but I've been to state convention. And that's when you get around a group of FFA kids, I mean, that like renews your faith.
It does
in
a lot.
All of you, because there are just so many good kids, and they are so polite, and they are so smart, and it's just really it's a great experience. I'll have to go to National Convention one of these times.
And we definitely have. There's even superintendent workshops and things at National
well, there
Convention.
you go.
So
hey, good reason.
Just more than just a sponsor along for the ride.
For sure.
And that's certainly that honor, and we've talked about it many times. Just the support of the school, the community, the administration has made that all possible, and we couldn't be more humble. And then I'm in the classroom, and I see things like our drama department putting on plays.
Yeah, drama. They went back to one-act play contest this year. It's the first time in a while they've done that. Our cheerleaders just got back from game day competition, and that was the first time they've competed in a while. And
I think Brayley Floyd's one of our FFA students, also cheerleader. She mentioned that it was a different style of. It's not the stunts and the flipping,
it's
but it's using your signs and using your chants.
Yep.
And
they call it game day because it's the exact stuff that you do on the sidelines during the game. So
I found that just incredible because and even and we'll get to it in a second, but even like the band's getting ready to take the field, the competitions and things the band has been doing.
Yeah, and the band, they did really well. They're in the running to do a sweepstakes again. They got to go, and they got their one in this part of the competition. Now they've got to go and do that for the the concert competition. Yeah. And I went last year for the first time and watched them, not necessarily at the concert part, but when we went into the sight reading room. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've ever watched the band do sight reading. I had never seen that.
Not.
Like I literally thought like they would get to like take their instruments and practice, but no, they can't play the music until it's time to compete.
Okay.
Like they get that music out and they count it out and they tap it out. I mean, it was the most fascinating thing to watch these kids, and they only have like a set amount of time to play a piece that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
And so, it just kind of blows your mind at how, because one, you've got to read all that music, get the tempo, get all that, and then put it all together as a band.
Yeah.
So, it's still, I'd never seen that happen before.
Definitely a challenge.
Yeah,
and to see kids, and again, it goes back to just reminding you that Cushing Public Schools is just full of talent.
Absolutely.
Talented students all over the place.
Absolutely. And then we've got STEM going. I went out the other day to the airport, and the STEM kids were out there.
Yeah.
And
drones.
The aeronautics class. It's just, there's so many incredible opportunities for kids just right here in Cushing Public Schools.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And a school board that, of course, supports you.
Oh, yeah. Our school board's great, and they're very supportive of all the things. We in a school our size, we want to support all the things. We want our kids to get to have the most well-rounded experience, and all of our sponsors and coaches are also, they're pretty good with that too, because it's really easy to say, oh, well, I'd like you to concentrate on this, but we don't have enough kids for that. We have to share.
We have to work together.
Yeah, so everybody has to work together to figure out how can we be in the band and play softball and be an FFA and do drama, when we all have to split time. And so it's just like one big team kind of working together for the one cause, which is our kids.
Yeah, that's right. And a supportive community behind that. I mean, you and I can both say it over and over, have supported of the bond issues and things like that. One last thing to touch on that really kind of blows my mind is academically. Especially in the high school ranks, we see students who are in the sophomore, junior, and senior level taking college credit classes.
Yeah. We've really upped our people doing concurrent classes because they can earn those college credits for free, basically, in high school, and so that saves them a ton of money. I had a teacher email me the other day, and she said for the first time since she's been here, she got to write letters of recommendation for multiple students to go to Ivy League schools.
Oh, wow.
And she was so excited about that. And so, that's just really showing that our kids are getting out there and competing with, like, the top of the top in the country.
And we talk about a lot of those successes at this high school level, but we all know it starts in the elementary and the middle school level. And we have to, I think, credit the teachers and the staff and the administrators at those levels as well.
Yeah, everybody has done so much work to, when we went to grade centers, getting everybody on the same page, getting our curriculum all aligned. I mean, and you can really see the fruits of all that work that starts at pre-K and comes all the way up into seniors in high school.
So just a fascinating job, year 3 for you, and it's just been a pleasure. Of course, I mentioned our relation. We've known each other a long time, but it's awesome to work in a school system in a community that we're both from. So ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know it, this is Dr. Melissa Heyman, and a high school alumnus of Cushing High School, the first alumnus to be superintendent. And I'm suggesting that we do this for a long, long time. And
I hope so. Let's stick with it.
Yeah, and let's continue to have this student success here.
For sure.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being with us. And we'll be right back with Votes Notes right after this on Hub Network Live.
At Davis Dental Studio, our patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Since 2003, Pro Events has had one singular focus: great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd, Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
for the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Welcome at halftime here in Cushing, Oklahoma. First round, 14-14. Great game so far. Cushing, I look at Cushing coming off in a slow start again. It's a nice, cool night. We've seen this a couple other times where the cool start has just kind of held them back a little bit. Salisaw's come in to play football tonight. Cushing's going to have to ramp up. Right now, that secondary's playing a little soft, but you're listening to the RCB Bank halftime report, and it's time for Votes Notes. Joe Kennedy sitting in with me here tonight. Looky here, Don Amon, my man.
You got to get on camera, doesn't he?
He does.
He always knows when it's on.
The lovable teddy bear that he is. And Joe, again, that defensive line, let's just go straight to the defense because that's where we're kind of struggling here in this first half. That defensive line's getting in there, putting pressure on. That secondary is kind of mixed up and fouled up a little bit. They haven't found their legs yet. I know the coaches will go in at halftime and fix that.
Well, I think there's some things that they're having to look at a little bit differently. They've got some big guys up front. They've got some other guys running at them that are pretty big. They've got to watch that run. They've got to protect the run a little bit, which kind of puts the defensive secondary on its heels a little bit. So I think the adjustment there is coming along, but it's something that maybe we haven't quite seen. Maybe since back to Wagner or back to Perkins, some of those other games where we had some bigger guys to contend with. And so that's kind of been the issue for the defense tonight.
Exactly. And what's causing a lot of that confusion in that secondary for Cushing is that defensive line is getting in there and that quarterback scrambling. They're chasing that quarterback around, and of course that makes the receivers change directions and alter their pattern. And Cushing to have getting mixed up back there in that secondary.
Well, and everything, when you get your hips turned, you're following a guy downfield, and all of a sudden they're coming back to the ball because the quarterback's scrambling. You're right, everything changes, and so that kind of goes into a free-for-all when it comes to coverage, and so it breaks down a little bit. It can break down, and you can see some big plays get through that. Now, we were pretty fortunate at the end of that last half, that run that broke out there a little bit. There was a illegal block there which called it back and kind of shifted the momentum back to Cushing a little bit, but those kind of things can change how this ball game goes.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the positive of this secondary. 2 interceptions in this first half, and those interceptions came at a very crucial time when we needed that momentum change. We kind of got just lazy there for a little bit, and Salisaw took advantage of it and came in and scored on us, and we just didn't know what to do. So we came back and got a couple of big interceptions.
Well, there's nothing like your one of your best receivers, Matheson, playing defense out there and just playing center field almost, and catching that ball coming right to him because of the pressure he was getting up front. He's having to be being pushed out of the pocket under a little bit of pressure, threw that ball errantly, and Matheson right on it, and then runs it back and then ends up catching the touchdown pass to put the other points on the board. So.
And in previous games we've seen Moreland and Cruz and Ralston in the backfield. That offensive line of Salisaw has kept them out pretty much of that rush on the quarterback.
Well, this has been a little bit different game for the defensive line because those guys are bigger up front. They've had to kind of work through those progressions, but still getting some good pressure, some good penetration back there, but just haven't got quite the touches on the quarterback quite yet. Now, I think that could change in the second half, though.
And that's a good point because when we have been in the backfield with the quarterback, he's been very elusive. It's very strong, very smart what he's doing back there as far as getting away from that defense. Real quick, going over some of the tackles. Bales is a big guy on the field with 6 tackles. Hilligoss with 4. Fry with 3. Fry's been a menace back there tonight. Matheson with an interception. Heisler been big with 3 tackles. Wilson's been in there 3 times. Martin, Ralston, and Rolfe. Cruz has been in there. So Lang has done a great job out there on the corner also.
Well, that's it's setting up those defensive backs where they've really got to play tough and tight out there because in order to get the pressure on the quarterback with that bigger line of Salisaw, I mean, it's taking some work for the defense to get penetration. Then when he scrambles again, you have that breakdown of the offense for Salisaw, and then all the receivers coming back to get to the ball. And so it's a lot of work from the defensive side of the ball for the Tigers.
Exactly. And one more point before we switch over to Cushing offense, Joe. We've got to make clean tackles. We're not making clean tackles.
Well, and some of that is because it's been harder to get to where the ball is because the Salisaw has a bigger line. When you get to the playoffs, when you get to this level, nobody's here because they're slouch. I mean, they've done some things well. Salisaw's done some things well. and they're capitalizing on what their strength is, and that's their size up front, and Cushing's having to overcome that, and that's causing some of those issues that we're seeing on defense for the Tigers.
Exactly, and watching Salisaw play here today, their record does not reflect how well they are playing here tonight. They are, they came in to win it, and Tigers is going to have to come in and take it away from them here tonight because it's not going to be given to them. Offensively, Hilligoss has done his job, 150 yards, 13 of 17. He's had one interception, but on top of that, he's had 2 TD passes.
Well, I mean, what more can you ask from your quarterback? I mean, he's been on tonight. That first quarter, they looked really good. Both quarterbacks were looking good. You made a comment, or the commentary team made a comment on that, that there hadn't really been any misses. The quarterbacks were hitting all their targets, hitting all their targeted passes. So Hilligoss, again, doing what he does well. I mean, he's a threat with his legs as well, and we've kind of seen that on both sides, but Hillgrass has been able to maximize that so far on the offense.
Matheson has 6 catches for 68 yards. He has a touchdown. Bales, 2 catches, but he has a touchdown to his credit, along with Lane Woods, 3 for 21 yards. Tucker has a catch for 5 yards. Heisler won a catch for 13 yards. So everybody's getting an opportunity to be a part of that receiving corps tonight.
Well, I think you're seeing when it comes to the playoffs, everybody's watched film, everybody's looked very closely at all this stuff, and so you have to spread the ball around. You have to mix it up a little bit. You can't be predictable. You can't do the same thing over and over and over because you're going to get punished for that, and Cushing is spreading the ball around appropriately and doing pretty well moving the ball.
Salisaw's not giving Cushing that extra yardage after the catch either. They're getting on the receiver really, really quick and stopping that. You talked about rushing. Roman Tucker, he's only had 2 touches back there for 7 yards, so he can be a threat at any time.
Well, and this again, we saw this last week, not 2 weeks ago in the Ulagog game where Cushing didn't really run the ball very much, and they were in a tight game at the half. They came back out the second half. They got the run game going. It opened up the passing game. It opened things back up a little bit. I think that's probably going to be what they're going to have to do here. However, they don't get the ball to start the first half. So they're going to come out tough on defense here and get a stop before they can get going on offense.
Hilligoss with 8 rushes, 32 yards. He's leading the 2 rushers that are out there. So coming in, we're down to 2 minutes, Joe. Coming out this second half, defensively, Tigers definitely, that defensive line still try to get the pressure on the quarterback, make him scramble back there. Secondary for Tigers has got to be a little bit smarter.
Well, they do, but man, you're playing. It's a balancing act right there because you got to stop the run, from Salisaw too. I don't know that they've run the ball quite as much as they'd like to either. So I bet you both offenses come out here and we see something a little bit different than we saw in the first half.
I totally agree with you. Offensively, the Tigers keep that momentum, keep that foot on the gas, go forward, come out and score every time they can touch the ball. We know that they can do it, and we know they can do it rushing, and we know that they can do it passing.
Absolutely, Bruce. Keep those stats up. You're doing a good job over there.
Yeah. RCB Bank, thank you again for sponsoring Votes Note. We're going to turn this back over to Joe and get some commercials in. Thank you, Jason and Marissa Davis, for watching. Aaron Hubbard, Van Bush, and Jackie Bush. I'm out. You're listening to Votes Notes.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
At Davis Dental Studio, our patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Since 2003, Pro Events has had one singular focus: great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd, Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
For the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for second half of the first round of the 2023 playoffs in Oklahoma high school football. Tigers are going to kick this one off. James, what can you say about a first half other than the thrills, the spills? I mean, it's just been awesome. Tigers find themselves all knotted up at 14 apiece, almost pulled a touchdown off at the very end of the first half.
If Matheson just could have got his hands unblocked from his chest, I believe that would have been a touchdown. And credit to him for both momentum shifts in that. Roman Tucker gets the second interception. Matheson gets the first one that changes things. We'll see if they can stop right here and really keep the momentum in their favor.
And, you know, the defense set that momentum going into that, almost scoring on that play, or the offense did almost scoring. And here the defense comes right back out. And you have to believe that at halftime, that's what the discussion was. Let's go out and shut it down from the beginning. And as Edwards gets ready to kick, that's what we're going to hope to see the Tigers do. Back deep is Oft and Nickel for the Salisaw Black Diamonds. Here's the kick.
By the way, great interview at halftime with Dr. Amon.
Always enjoy talking with Dr. Amon and what she's got going on in the superintendent's office. This return out near the 43-yard line, and I believe that was Oft with the return. You know, everything going on in Cushing Public Schools is certainly a huge task, and she relies a lot on a lot of people around her in the central office and the administrators at the sites, but it is amazing to me how hands-on she is at each location, knowing what's going on, what kids are competing in.
What you may not know, folks at home, is Dr. Amon is one of the best researchers that there is. She will have the facts in front of her. She's so good at that. And she's juggling a lot of things. There's a lot of construction going on at two different sites, a lot of things happening along with just regular school.
Yeah. And that run goes for a yard on the right side. Stevens, the starting running back, senior, 5'10", 180 pounds. He'll pick up one, brings up second down and 9. So we're just underway here in the second half, all knotted up. We said at the beginning of the game, it was a whole new season. With both teams being tied at halftime, it's a whole new half now.
That's right.
It's 0-0, and an offsides will help the Tiger defense. Is interesting that is Hunter Smith. He comes over almost in motion and said something to the quarterback, like he might have not known. When he gets set and then jumps off sides.
Yeah,
to the favor.
Well, Ralston gave him a little move, and
jolt.
you know, as long as the ball doesn't move, defense can do that.
When you can sure get, whenever you're really wanting to make a statement, I mentioned hunger. Both these teams are hungry, and that can sure get you amped to make a mistake. And another flag comes in here, and because it stopped the play, I assumed, and it is false start.
And Salisaw is now doing what Cushing did on one of their drives, moving in the wrong direction. So now 2nd down and 19 on the 34-yard line.
Yeah, this certainly will work. As the Tiger defense would love to flip the field, keep everything on the Salisaw end of the field, set the offense up for a short field, and go up in the game. Only 1 minute is gone so far in the second half. Clock stuck on 10:47 now. It is running. And here's the run pass option. And Struen's going to keep that one. He'll have a gain to the 39-yard line.
Nice gain.
He'll still be 4 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. So they'll call it, we'll call it 3rd and 13. Ball at the 40. This is a big 3rd down play for the Tiger defense. You have to think this has been a, punch, get punched, punch, get punched. Maybe the team who has the ball last will score. Tiger defense would like to change that and put the offense in a position to go up by 2 scores and be able to relax a little bit. That pass incomplete. Matheson there just in time as Cole Mayfield went up for it.
Number 11 talking to number 11 there as they're chattering with each other. The officials both saying, hey, guys, knock it off. Let's keep it clean. But Madison did a great job. Perfect timing on that.
That's what I say. He saw the pass coming. He just went and put the hit on right as the ball got there, which is perfectly legal.
If you time it right, it is.
Yeah, 4th
If your timing's off, it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a punt situation. And it will be fielded. Fair caught. And that is Hillegas, I believe, at the 32-yard line. Maybe the 31.
Wise job choosing to fair catch that. And, my wife, it drives her crazy that Hillegas is on the defense. She's like, why would you have your quarterback on the defense? Because he's good on the defense, too.
Yeah. Well, I think in the coaches show, which coming up this Sunday, I believe, 4 o'clock maybe, Horizon Construction Coaches Show. Make sure to check on the time for you before when we get Joe back in. But here's the first offensive pass to Matheson is complete. He'll fight for more yards. Looks like he'll be stopped at the 38-yard line. A nice gain on the play, maybe 7, brings up 2nd down and 3. But I was going to say, coaches mentioned earlier in the year at the coaches show, having a guy on offense and defense means that when you make a mistake on offense, you don't have time to think about it, sit on the sideline and beat yourself up and then dig yourself a hole. You got to go out on defense and work, and that can work in the advantage. Roman Tucker over the right side on the stop there is number 60. We've called his name several times this evening. That is Caden Pollard, 5'10", 190-pound defensive end. It's good for a Tiger first down. Spot the ball at the 42. Hillegas now looking to pass. Comes to the flats. Roman Tucker makes a man miss. Gets to the 50-yard line. Nice play by Tucker.
Tucker's one of those that when he runs, he just kind of glides.
Yeah, and just kind of shifts a little. And a guy misses.
So he looked like he was going to step out, cause the defender to commit, and then he just slides inside.
Now Tucker straight ahead. He'll gain
1?
Yeah, maybe 1 on that. He'll be at the 49-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. And, it wasn't a huge game, but again, a positive yards anytime. We mentioned the size of these offensive and defensive linemen for Salisaw, so the offensive line for Tigers doing a good job. As Hillegas gets to the left side, can't get the edge. and just gets caught up. So to bring up a 4th down and 2 at midfield. Now, earlier in the game, the Tigers played the field position game, and it seemed to pay off.
And they start to go out. Coach Morgan calls them back and says, no, get the first down. Go get it. And so as the punting crew started to head out, Morgan was one that called him back. Chisholm calls in the play. Chisholm was telling Hilligoss to turn it up the field, but sometimes you just got nowhere to go.
This might be a try to draw him off. You mentioned the Salisaw fans earlier. Tigers are closer to that side. Hilligoss looked like he was having a little trouble hearing. This pass now into the flats. That's going to be Bales. He will not get to the first down. He'll lose a yard, if any, and the result is a turnover on downs. This is one of the things I have to believe. Chisholm is having a discussion with Hilligoss. It may have been a different play, or it may have been a different guy he wanted him to look at, but because of that noise, Hilligoss might not have got it. He kind of shakes his head. He's got to go play defense now. The defense does their job. No harm, no foul. 7:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And that's not what you want to do, be having that discussion there. Wait till you get over here, have the discussion, or check it later on film or something like that. You kind of need your quarterback to keep his head in the game, not hurt, just turn over on downs. But
here's Stroon with a direct snap. He'll fight his way to the 45-yard line. Almost caught back here near the line of scrimmage. He's trying to see and can't get his. Oh, that's going to be Fry. Nonetheless, a gain of 4.
Honestly, I was surprised that they didn't run Fry. I was surprised that they ran Hilligoss on that and didn't run Fry. He is the kind of power, punch a few yards every time. I'd like to see that play where they brought Heisler down again in the blocking and just shifted the tackle out. Right.
Stevens now with a handoff straight ahead. And he'll gain a couple on the play.
Travis, something we have to watch out for. The Salisaw players, and they're not playing dirty, but they're doing something that we'll see. It will test the discipline of the Tigers. They're slower getting up off of them. They're giving them an extra push as they're standing up. They're doing little things that was what you do to get in someone's head and try to get the other team to get a penalty.
Yeah, that's right. And we see the play clock now down to 15 before the snap. Stroon will take it right side. Looks like coming in is Ralston from underneath. Stroon has the ability with his size and his length, though, to fall forward, gain another yard on the fall. He'll make it to the 39 and a first down.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We'll go back and watch it, but it looks like he turns himself a little bit sideways and leans between the blockers. Yeah. Like when he knows he's going to tackle, he just kind of leans between the blockers.
Crafty.
Yeah, it's smart. So smart.
Double tight end set. Stroon, one running back behind him. And that handoff will go to the running back. He will be tackled to the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. Roman Tucker finishes that one up, as Oft was the running back. I think Tucker just read that one the entire way.
Yes, he did. Fry was on the outside. Fry was what really pushed him back into Tucker. He had no choice to go out because Fry was coming around with a full head of steam. And Roman Tucker just does a great, a picturesque, fundamental tackle right there, open field.
And how many times do we talk about that in football? You got every guy on the field determined to do one job, and if he does his job, sometimes and most of the time it creates the opportunity for another player. If he's in his position, that's team football, and that's what the Tigers did there. 2nd down and 11. Stroon, now Stevens next to him. He'll hand off to Stevens. Run pass option. Check, that's a different running back, I believe. That is 33, isn't it?
That's 33.
Yeah, that's going to be Kenyon Hill, a 5'9", 160-pound freshman. So first time I think I've seen him. Thought it was Stevenson. Stevenson's number 3.
Yeah, no, that's the first carry we've seen by him. And great job. Tigers had it snuffed out, but then he just found a little bit of a seam. And this is what a lot of running backs miss, is he looked back inside. Everybody wants to look outside, keep looking outside. He looked back inside, and that opened up, and oftentimes it does.
With 3 wide receivers and a single tight end this time, pass to the far side is mishandled. The pass intended for Cooper Cox. Incomplete to bring up 4th down. Pending a big 4th down and 7 play.
Whoever, yes.
And I'm saying pending because we've seen a little bit of everything tonight.
Whoever's running the tags over there, it's cold out, and he's got his hands in his pocket. He's kind of waiting to the last minute to flip the down marker over. It is definitely a night to keep your hands in your pockets or, have gloves.
Stroon at quarterback. Timeout on the field. It's a Hillcrest timeout.
Want to mention a few more of our sponsors here, and make sure you go and tell them how much you appreciate them bringing Tiger football live, especially in the postseason. It's not costing you a thing, and our sponsors are making that happen. Your home team bank, that's Blue Sky Bank. Give them a call at 918-225-2010, bluesky.bank. Blue Sky is a sponsor of the Big Tiger Play, and so make sure you go and tell them how much you appreciate them bringing Tiger football live in the postseason. Stillwater Transfer and Storage, established in 1956. Give them a call, 405-372-0577. AAA Self-Storage, locally owned. They say, let us make moving easier for you.
If folks hadn't joined us in the pregame show, we just want to remind you that these linemen for Salisaw from 200 pounds, 275, 245, and 275, ranging from 6'2" to 6'4". These are big guys, and our defense has been there. Handle, if that pass opens up, it's going to be tracked down from behind, and escapability of broke off. Oft will get the touchdown for Salisaw.
Yep, that was a well-designed play. He was able to slip in behind Tucker as Tucker was crashing down for the run, looking down for the run, and slips in and just got behind the coverage enough that he couldn't get caught back up.
That's interesting. I don't like to say names wrong. Would you call that Brokey, Brokey?
Broke-off.
Broke-off, yeah.
Baroque.
Here's the
like
extra
a
point.
Baroque festival for you classical music fans.
That's right. That kick is up and good. 4:15 remaining in the third quarter, and the Tigers find themselves down by 7. Salisaw with the strike, 21-14.
I got distracted by looking for the feed here. And sorry about that. And Joe put some pictures up. So there you go. Nice looking crew right there. Good looking crew. And man, we appreciate our crew. They've worked so hard. Kenny's done such a good job at learning the system. And listen, if you think it's easy in there, the pressure is on and you got to push the right button at the right time. And she's done a great job. Landon has taken to the camera, done an incredible job. We appreciate them learning and doing all they can. And of course, Joe Kennedy for figuring it out and making it work. Oh, there we go. I got to go. So Amanda Reagan says, let's go Tigers. Marjorie Hale watching from Kentucky after a visit with Blaze. I'm so glad you got to see Blaze. We miss him. And Marjorie, thanks for checking in. Nancy Franklin, she says, thanks for having Dr. Amon on the hub, and we are glad to bring her anytime we can. Shirley Brown's watching from Columbia, Missouri, the home of the real Tigers. I mean, Mizzou Tigers.
Roman Tucker with the return makes his way to the 34-yard line while the offense comes on. We'll mention a few scores of interest. Ada over Oologah 20-0 in the third. Newcastle is on top of Elk City 17-14 in the third. Blanchard up 7-0 over Cash.
How about Cash staying in there? Blanchard's a good team.
It's the third quarter. Wagner having no trouble with Broken Bow at 50-7. And Poto over Miami 27-0. Now the Tiger offense. We'll finish the next few in a moment. Heisler comes set after in motion, and that'll be that designed run for Hillegas. No fooling, might gain a yard. And the whistle beep a few times. It looked like Michael Moss in on the stop. A couple more scores. Weatherford is down. Tuttle is winning that one at halftime, 28-14. Of course, we were tied up, now down by 7. Bethany is 14, Clinton 21. And that's what's happening around the state in Class 4A right now. Thank you, Bruce.
Bruce Vogt, our crack statistician. I started to say our stat crackstatistician, and that didn't work.
Yeah, that screenplay to Matheson gets swallowed up, and I think, tough play to make happen when you have 3-4 guys right there who read it and were able to get off their blocks.
Well, and that's that play that we've seen so many times, but man, if you've watched the film, they know they've got to get off their blocks right there because they know what is coming. It's worked so good for the Tigers. And they did, by the way.
A loss on the play. I'll put the Tigers back at the original line of scrimmage. A 3rd and 10. Definitely not out of the Tigers' range. 3 wide receivers near side, 2 to the far, and an empty back set. Hilligoss now backpedals, looks downfield, no pressure, fires, just out of the hands of Bales. So it'll bring up a 4th down, and the Tigers potentially punting away.
That is one Hilligoss would like to have back, just a little bit too much leading on that one.
Now 2:47 now in the 3rd quarter. Tigers down by 7. Forced into a punt situation. Matheson will get set. 2 guys back for the Black Diamonds. That's Oft and Nickel. The snap and a fake. Matheson's going to keep it on this near side. He's going to have to make something happen.
And he does.
He picks up the 1st down by leaping over right around the 43-yard line and is landing at the 45. 1st down and 10. Matheson.
That is most definitely the Blue Sky Bank big Tiger play of the game right there. And how about that fake set up? And Matheson is just not going to be stopped.
Yeah, he put that right all over on his shoulders. I mean, it was a nice fake, but to get that many yards, it's going to be tough, and he made that happen. Here's the handoff now coming near side in a big hole. Roman Tucker getting ready to sideline dance, gets just tripped up around the 40.
It's another 1st down for the Tigers.
They'll mark him at the 39. Nope, indeed the 40. Now Tigers looking to go tempo. 2:12, 2:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers on the march. Hilligoss now keeps right side, big hole. Finds some running room inside the 30, 25, 20, still on his feet inside 10, 5, touchdown Tigers! There's the signal, John Hilligoss on the quarterback keeper.
Hilligoss deserved that touchdown. He fought all the way, and he has taken some shots tonight running the ball. Not targeting, but I mean just taking some licks and fought through all of them. Just outruns the defenders down the field. Good job, Tigers.
Well, you can't say enough about the blocking out here that opened up that lane, and when Hilligoss saw it, he just took off.
We saw that last year so good, the way the Tigers would block off that lane down the sideline, and they're doing that again this year as well.
Now Hilligoss to hold. Edwards to put on the tying extra point. Good hold. Kick is up and kick is good with 1:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's a new ball game again, all tied at 21 apiece.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Welcome back. Edwards getting set to kick after the Tigers make it a tie, 21-21 ball game with 1:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The kick a little deeper, taken around the 17-yard line. Tigers looking to cover. And the shifty running backs.
And they do.
Yeah, they try to make a few more yards out of it. But the Tigers are able to cover that one around the 33-yard line. That's where Salisaw will begin first down and 10. Salisaw coming into the game, we talked about their discipline and everything that their new coach is trying to bring and instill into them, and he's had a success record of doing that. And the Tigers have certainly played. I mean, it's 21-21, and we were talking about it during the break. It's shaping up to be a big-time fourth-quarter ball game.
That's exactly right, and that actually works into the Tigers' favor. And I haven't seen Salisaw enough to know how they play in the fourth quarter, but I have seen the Tigers enough to know third and fourth quarter they love.
That's right. And Stroon on that play makes a wise decision on his part to keep it from the running back, as he saw that the running back was going to just get tackled for a loss. Instead, Stroon turns it into a big gain to the Tiger 37-yard line, eventually taken down by Wood.
You know, they get the stiff arm out there, and there are times to get a hold of that face mask as well. And just let go just in time.
Yeah.
But Stroon, whew.
Well, and that's that run-pass option where it's met in the backfield, and I believe that was Cruz immediately, and Stroon just pulls it back, and then he finds a lane, and then he cuts, and there he is. First down and 10. Tiger defense needs a stop. That handoff straight ahead. Stevens, the running back. Tigers get him around the 35-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play.
Brought down by Moreland and Fry.
Yeah, they mark him just inside the Tigers. He started to go to the 34, and I thought, okay, so if the Tigers can get that run-pass option in check and do more of this, 1 or 2 yards is all they're giving up. That's what the defensive goal has to be at this point in the game. 37 seconds remaining third quarter. Again, 21-21. Salisaw does a lot with a single tight end or a double tight end. That handoff goes near side. Stevens, the ball carrier, taken down by Matheson. Not before he makes his way to the 28 or 29-yard line. We'll call it the 30.
Matheson and Fry both sitting out waiting for that to happen, watching, and that's about all you can do. We found out last time what happens if you come down too quick, well, then you get somebody behind you.
That's going to bring up a third down and 4, and it's also going to bring the end of the third quarter. Tigers are all tied up. First round of the playoffs, 2023, 21-21. Both teams hungry. Come back for fourth quarter action right after this on Hub Network Live.
Patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Since 2003, Pro Events has had one singular focus: great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd, Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
for the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
Welcome back. Tiger defense facing a third down and 4. Salisaw on the march inside Tiger territory at the 30-yard line. Stroon stays a quarterback, bobbles that snap. Big-time opportunity for the Tigers to get a turnover. Instead, it will be a big loss, and they'll bring up fourth down.
Fourth down, and a lot more than it was at third down. It's going to be fourth and about 7, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. And Lucio checks out, and Tucker Lane checks back in. They're going to spot it at the 34-yard line and bring up a fourth down and 8. If you're just joining us, you won't want to leave again. And we got a fourth quarter here where both teams are tied. It has been back and forth all game. Big plays by the Tigers have made things happen to keep the team in it. And other than just a few mistakes on defense, Salisaw's looked pretty decent on offense.
3 to the far side.
They're going to try to draw them off sides, and instead I believe we're going to get a delay of game penalty. And very, very good discipline by the Tiger defense. That should set Salisaw back 5 more yards and a punt situation most likely coming.
That is the delay game. The quarterback turned around like he was going to try to call a timeout. Probably in Salisaw's favor that he didn't get that called, because the delay game backs you up, and if you're going to punt, you need a little more room.
Yeah. And in this situation, Salisaw can flip the field on the Tigers and make them go a long way. So there's 11-12 remaining in the game. Both teams tied. Last time Tigers punted, we had a fake, and Matheson kept it.
And Salisaw's will go going for it.
Stroon looking downfield, fires over the middle, way too high, nobody there. That's a big-time turnover on downs. And you see the excitement in Coach Morgan and the faith of his defenses. That was a big-time play.
Coach Fry, I cannot say enough good about all that he's done with the defense of the Cushing Tigers. And this group, man, they have come out here with confidence, knowing what to do at every point in the game.
Now the offense comes on from their own 39-yard line. An awesome opportunity with 11:05 to go in the game. An opportunity to put an exclamation point down and then get the defense to come back out and shut it down. We'll see what happens. This handoff will go Roman Tucker. He looks for an opening, finds somewhat of one, gains about 5 on the play.
Roman Tucker shows just what I was talking about earlier, that if you can look inside sometimes, just give your lineman enough time to open the gap for you. A lot of time running backs jump outside or look to the lane that's going outside too much when the offensive line opens it up inside. And if you can take that, just like Tucker did right there, you can get 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah. That gain of 4 brings up 2nd down 6. Hilligoss getting the offense set, and he'll keep left side sealed off, finds a hole, makes his way to midfield, and that'll be a Tiger 1st down and 10.
1st down. I like it. I like it a lot. There was actually a guy that said a real funny, weird first down in one of the games we were at, and Helton started mocking him, and then I wasn't going to say who it was, Joe, but it was Cleveland, I did, and Joe started actually in our ears saying that, and then Elton took it from there on.
Tucker now doing a nice job running to the near side, but putting both hands over the ball. Ball security becomes extremely important under the 10-minute mark. Clock continues to roll as Roman makes his way to the 48-yard line. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd down 8.
You know, there was a discussion about that at halftime, and we talked about that. Like, hey, listen, got one knocked out on the sideline. Just make for sure and secure the ball. They're going to try to punch it out. As well they should.
Here's a handoff. This will be Robinson, the running back. He'll make his way to the original line of scrimmage at the 50 before driven backwards.
And
yeah, what can you say on that play, right? Not necessarily exactly what we were talking about a minute ago. But this will bring up a 3rd down and 10.
I say that play was setting up the next play. That's what I choose to believe.
I like the theory. Robinson stays in at the running back. 3 wide receivers far side. Play clock down to 15. Plenty of time. Hilligoss backpedals, looks, fires. A bit wobbly. Has a man there, and it's almost caught. That pass was intended for Max Wood. It's broken up as 2 Black Diamonds were there. But you know, Wood almost had the position to pull that in. Yeah.
I was thinking ski slopes, 2 Black Diamonds. That's it.
8:48 now, 4th quarter. Here's 4th down. Tigers to punt.
Good punt.
Nice high punt. We'll see if it's caught, and it is. Fair caught at the 20-yard line.
Each team looking for who's going to break it open.
Yeah, that's where the Black Diamonds will start, whether they're Ski Hills or Casino Reels.
8:42 remaining in regulation.
All tied up, 21-21, 8:42. The defense comes out.
We watched an interesting show last night. It just started. Lawman Bass Reeves. I don't know if you've ever studied much about Bass Reeves. He was an African-American marshal, and by the way, the most successful U.S. marshal out of Fort Smith of all time.
Very nice.
Did it for 32 years, never wounded.
Wow.
And a great show, but it shows you a lot about Oklahoma.
That is a great defensive play by Cruz. He saw the run-pass option, and once it was given to him, he followed him out to not give him the edge, turned him back in, only giving up a 1.5 yard gain on the play.
Cruz from the front side, Fry from the left side, and then Moreland coming in from behind in pursuit. Great job, as you said. Cruz, we've called his number so many times this year. He's done such a good job on that line.
Yeah, him and Heisler both at those defensive end positions. Here's Stroon again. Hands off straight ahead. Stevens, the running back, breaks a tackle and then is taken down. Gang tackling will be the key coming down to the end of this one. As the Tigers do on that one, he'll make his way to the 18-yard line and will bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, arm tackles are not going to cut it from here on out. It's going to have to be head across the chest and fundamental football, as you said, playing positions, but it's also going to be about making those plays the right way.
7:35 remaining in the game. And right now, Salisaw doing exactly what they want, controlling the clock and getting a few yards at a time. Tiger defense with an opportunity to stop here. Stroon is caught in the backfield. He's fighting, but the referees blow the whistle, and he is thrown down for a loss.
He's got the wrong person to hold of him for that fight. He's got Moreland around his ankles, but he's got Wyatt Heisler on the top, and Heisler says, no, you're going down.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress to the 27-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down and 3.5.
Just like that, fourth quarter, Tiger defense shows up again.
Yeah, showing punt formation, and Hillegas back to receive. 3 wide receivers fall out here to the near side. There's the snap and the rugby-style punt that gets end over end and does not bounce out of bounds. It's going to take a black diamond bounce. Down to around the 18, 17-yard line.
I believe that was a black diamond bounce and black diamond roll.
Yeah.
Long roll. I want to talk about a few more of our sponsors here. Be sure you go in and tell them how much they appreciate it. And one of my favorites, Coops Fast Lube and Tire. Go down and tell Doug and Keith I sent you. Get your tires fixed, your oil changed, and a good visit. Great group. They sponsor the game ball, the MVP game ball that we give out. And it's not for the flashiest player, but maybe the player with the most heart each week. They've sponsored that all season long and are doing it through the postseason. Man, we appreciate them. 918-225-6559 or 803's Main Street, Coops Fast Lube and Tire.
Tigers back now in action. Here's Hillegas straight up the middle. He finds some room, makes a cut. Gets
Looking
out
for
to
a block.
midfield. He's taking off down the gap. He's across midfield. One man to beat. And that man will take him down, but not before the damage is done. Hillegas inside the 35, spotting down around the 33-yard line, and a Tiger 1st down at 10.
You see just what I'm talking about right there is he's rolled him up and he's holding him down and doing those things, but, Hillegas is not going to outrun number 6. Number 6 is...
Right, yeah, you saw him get a good beat on him.
Well, listen, and he's just fast, and Hillegas is fast, but not like that.
Here's Matheson with this end around. He's got all kinds of blockers. Cuts it up and just gets tackled. Flags come in from all over the field as he's taken down around the 25, maybe 26-yard line.
If I'm the official on this side, I believe I'd pull my flag out and throw it too, because
you don't
he's
be left
the only
out.
one.
Yeah. And it happened towards him. So where's the flag going to go? That's that end around where everything starts to shift to the right except for the blockers, and then the flip to Matheson coming back this way. It's set up really nice.
If this guy was only mic'd up, that'd be great.
That would be a personal foul against the Tigers.
Personal foul against offsetting penalties. And I told you earlier that this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get into the head of the Cushing Tigers and get them to commit these personal fouls and make these mistakes, and it's up to Cushing to stay disciplined.
So the ball sits at the 27-yard line.
Coach Morgan wanting an explanation. An explanation. You always want to know what that is so you can make the correction.
That's right. The gain will be 6. I believe it's 2nd down and 4. Here's Hillegas with a running back both sides. He's going to fire out to the end zone. And that's going to be caught, I believe. Caught, yes, right at the 1 yard line. Matheson had perfect position. He followed the ball all the way in. And if that wasn't the far side of the field, I want to rewatch that tomorrow. I think he might have pulled that in with one hand.
Goodness, he did, and he was fighting off the defender who was fighting him all the way. That easily could have been called an interference, but it was not, and for good reason. It was a reception.
Here's the quarterback straight ahead. Touchdown, Tigers. 5:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. Your Tigers have taken the lead.
Oh, I like it so much. I like it so much. This is a game. Yeah, this is a game, folks. Do not go away. And we promise you, if we go to commercial, we will have the Super Source back. You will not miss a moment, but you're not going to want to right here on the hub as the Tigers are trying to bring this one home by getting the lead.
Edwards now to attempt the point after. Tigers up by 6. 5:48 remaining. Playoff football at its best right here on Hub Network Live. Kick is up. More of a driving kick. It is through. 5:48 remaining. Fourth quarter. Tigers take the lead 28-21.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
And we're back, 5:48 remaining. And whenever you talk about playoff football, you got it right here on Hub Network Live, right here at Odell Field. Tigers just take the lead, 28-21 with 5:48 remaining. Edwards getting ready to kick. What a play by Matheson all night long.
Fighting all the way with the defender, reaches out and reels that one back in.
Here's Oft. He's been tough on the returns tonight, and he finds a lane there. And stays on his feet across midfield. Oft has done a really nice job of kind of shifting and moving and keeping his head on a swivel, looking for something to open up, and there he found a lane. The Tigers just missed. But at the 43-yard line, they will have to go 43 yards against the Tiger defense with 5:40 remaining. Tiger defense would love nothing more than this to be the best stance they've had all season long, sending them into the second round of the playoffs. Plenty of time remaining.
Connie Stacy says each week she's enjoyed watching the Tigers play football from my home in Tahlequah.
Awesome, very nice. All over the world they tune in. And here the Tigers trying to stop that run-pass option. Struan has been effective in the quarterback position. Makes his way into the across the Tiger 35 before taking down to 34.
Everyone got caught looking on that one and tracking out. You see some hands on hips as we are 5 minutes, 18 seconds left in this game. Tigers need to get the stop here.
There's a pass out in the flats, couple of blocks, and that's going to be complete to Brody Nickel. He'll get the first down, spot the ball at the 25-yard line. Just at, when they reset and they start the clock, it'll be 5:02. Now, Salisaw looking to go a little bit of tempo. Struan sends the man in motion. That's Stevens, and the flags. Hey, the flags are yellow.
That's right. I appreciate you noticing that. And it's a lot easier to see all the flags
That's
when
right.
that happens.
That's right. And, you know, this referee crew has just about been 3 for 4 on every single call they've made. There's not just usually one flag coming in. Same play it looks like. Stevens in motion, Struan with the quarterback keeper, kind of a draw play. he fights his way forward. He's having tough to get down. Don't think he'll make the 20, but he will make the 21-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play. Should bring up 2nd down and 5.
You know,
it'll be a gain of 10.
There's a real debate on, you know, when you stop that play, when forward momentum is stopped, do you blow the whistle or do you let them keep on fighting? And it's got to be hard for officials to try to decide where that is, because if you let them go too long, you get somebody hurt.
Yeah.
But if you call it too soon, then stops them from breaking loose.
It's a tough job, no matter how you frame it. Here's Struden with a pass. Broken up before it ever happened. Hits the ground. But Hilligoss was there. Pass was intended for Nickel. Hilligoss had gotten right through Cole Mayfield.
Nichols had some good yards after.
That incomplete pass, ball to 21-yard line, brings up 3rd down and 5. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Tiger defense looking to turn over, looking to stand. Run pass option right there. Stopped at the 20-yard line. He did not give it to Stevens, and Stevens was tackled in the backfield. Struden kept it and was only able to pick up a yard, maybe 2. It will bring up a 4th down and 3 and a timeout on the field, a Hillcrest timeout.
That shows you just how well they're hiding the ball.
.343 remaining. Tigers trying to hold on to a 7-point lead.
Want to mention a few more of our sponsors. KW Well Service in Cushing, Oklahoma. Derrick's, Poles, Roustabout Work, quality service by people you've worked with for years. Go in and tell them you've enjoyed watching Kenny's grandsons play football this year. 918-225-7855 or 515 South Harmony Road. That's KW Well Service right here in Cushing.
I'm getting a different vibe, James. I'm not sure if I expect to see more of the run that has worked in the run-pass type feeling, or if this is going to be one of those sneak a guy out, a show run, and throw it over the top. Tiger defense on 4th down, 3.
So far on this drive, the Tigers have not let anybody slip out.
There's Struden
all over that
one. He can't fall forward. He doesn't. Result of the play is a turnover on downs. You hear the crowd in the background. With 3:38 and a 7-point lead, your Tigers will take over in the first round of the playoffs.
On the option right there, that's one he should have turned over. Is number 4. That kid is just shifty enough, and he had some room on the corner over here. Works out for the Tigers as they sniff that one out perfectly.
Well, I was going to say that. I was going to say that we talked about at halftime. The Tigers need to adjust to this run-pass option, and it's difficult to do when you don't see teams that play it every week in and week out. And it's a difficult offense anyway when you have people that can execute it.
We haven't really seen it.
Not to this not to this true form. Now the Tiger offense. Hilligoss in a delay run. Tries to get the corner and does. He'll pick up a few yards. What looked like a loss will keep him in the positive yardage, and the clock will continue to run. 3:24 remaining. Here's what's beautiful about what's on the scoreboard. Tigers are up by 7. There's only 1 timeout remaining for Salisaw, which in essence means run a few plays, get a first down, and you may be able to secure the win.
It also means I'm getting out the Fuzzy Mike.
Fuzzy Mike is starting to warm up. Here's a Roman Tucker. He fights, makes his way across the 25 to the 27. A nice run, nice block.
Either way this one ends, we will hear from Coach Morgan tonight.
Fuzzy Mike and James will be in action coming up after the game. You'll want to stick around for that one. That'll be the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up and the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. 2:38, clock continues to roll. Tigers can certainly use all of the play clock. With a 7-point lead in a back-and-forth game, you start to slow down in the last few minutes. Utilize the clock.
I concur, sir.
So the Tigers will run it right down to 2 seconds remaining. It's a 3rd down and 3, and the Tigers will take this timeout. I think the last thing you want to do here is face a 4th down and give the ball back to them with minutes left on the clock, seconds left on the clock.
That's exactly right.
especially a team that to Salisaw's credit, has gotten away with a couple of big plays that the Tiger defense would have had tackled in the backfield. Salisaw was able to turn and make something happen.
The Salisaw has broke about 4 or 5 plays wide open. Apart from that, it has been just the solid 4 or 5 yards, 3 yards. They've done a good job solidly moving the ball down the field. They've had some good passes as well, but mainly just 4 or 5 really big plays that have broke open. But man, those 4 to 10 yard plays that they get with their blockers have been impressive.
So here we go with 3rd down and 3, 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. All wide receivers. Heisler in motion. He comes set in slot position. Now Roman Tucker in motion. Hilligoss with a keeper straight ahead, finds a hole, gets a first down. That's going to put the ball at the 33-yard line. That's a Tiger first down and 10. And pending the chain gang getting it set, and Salisaw may or may not call a timeout, I don't think it will do him any good. Running off the clock 35 seconds at a time.
And I hate to head down towards the field, but I'm going to have to. But I hate to head down towards the field because this has been one exciting game.
I think the chain gang is going to have to reset. The first down marker is set. Tigers looking to snap now. Don't go too early. 1:40 remaining in the game. 7 on the game clock, and they will stunt and try to get Hilligoss right where he stands. Hilligoss is able to. Looks like he does not quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Salisaw will take a timeout with 1:33 remaining, and the Tigers facing a 2nd down and 11. So again, we'll keep it right here as James and Fuzzy Mike make their way to talk to Coach Morgan. However this one ends. In 1:33, we'll find out. Tigers trying to protect a 7-point lead. The offense can get some if the offense can get some positive big-time yards here, certainly, a first down will definitely wins it because Salisaw won't be able to stop the clock and the Tigers have a fresh set of downs. But a nice big gain would put you in a situation on a 3rd down to maybe get it even closer to where even if you did have to punt it or give it back, you're giving it back to Salisaw with just seconds left on the clock. Certainly, though, what the Salisaw defense is counting on. And you'll watch it all unfold right here live on Hub Network. Brought to you free of charge by all of our sponsors. Make sure and tell them thank you. Here's Hilligoss, single back, puts Bales in motion. And a penalty flag comes in. They're going to call false start, I believe. I'm not sure I caught who it was, but false start will back the Tigers up 5 yards. And it'll put the ball at the 26-yard line and makes not giving the ball back even that much tougher. Now facing a 2nd down and maybe 16. Tigers need to get to the first down marker at the 44-yard line. They currently sit at the 26-yard line. And they have would be 2 downs to get there before 4th down, 1:33 remaining. Here's a pass to the far side. That is incomplete. And unfortunately, the incomplete pass will stop the clock. So not much ran off. 1:28 brings up 3rd down and 16. Tigers now looking for a play that is the go-to 16-yard play in the playbook. Maybe that quick pass over the middle. Maybe try to isolate Matheson. Here we go. Here's Hilligoss back to pass. Looks over the middle. It's no go. Now has Roman Tucker. He'll tuck it and keep it. He can't quite get around the number 64 had him in pursuit. That is Noah Flores, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. So he'll take Hilligoss down at the 31-yard line. Tigers will be facing a 4th down and 13 with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. So it may all come down to the strength of a punt. Special teams have been good tonight. A good punt and a good cover. There's the snap. Too many men on the field. Flag comes in. There's the kick, reception, taken by Nickel. He pitches it over to Oft. Oft now finds the edge. He'll make his way out to midfield, where he'll be taken out of bounds, I believe, by Cruz. But the penalty flag should be too many men on the field. And it should give the Tigers an opportunity to repunt after the penalty. Possibly trying to get Matheson to kick that one away. Salisaw have been very disciplined throughout the night, and they have been methodically trying to do things, and that was another well-run return. However, they didn't get their personnel in on time. There's 1:03 remaining. Tigers trying to protect a 7-point lead. Winner advances to next week's second round to face the Blanchard Cash winner.
Blanchard's up 13-0.
Blanchard is up 13-0 in the fourth quarter. Thank you, Bruce. Little discussion on the field. The referees may be discussing several scenarios. And there's some pointing where the ball is going to go. Tiger offense is out, and it looks like it'll be illegal substitution and a 5-yard penalty. A lot of discussion to do what we thought they were going to do. Spots the ball at the 36-yard line and bring up a 4th down and 8. And Matheson stays out in a punt position. Don't anticipate seeing any sort of fake in this type situation. A nice sideways kick that's going to go out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. So instead of putting it in the hands of the returner and possibly ending up on the Tiger side of the field, with 58 seconds to go, the Tiger defense will come on and they will protect. Salisaw will start from their own 41-yard line. Expect the Tiger defenders or secondary to be in a protect mode. Salisaw has 0 timeouts, 58 seconds remaining. Here's Stroon. I'm doing a lot of run-pass option. This time will be a pass. He'll look. He'll fire across the middle. Has a man there, and they'll pitch. And that will be covered up and tackled at the Tiger 41-yard line. The hurry up. And Salisaw trying to get set, 45 seconds remaining. There's the spike. And that'll be first down. Brings up second down. Salisaw now are at the Tiger 41-yard line. 43 seconds remaining in the game. Tigers trying to protect a 7-point lead. If you like high school football, you've come to the right place tonight. Here comes a second down play. These short completions and pitching the ball backwards seems to be Salisaw's intent. This time Stroon under pressure. Eventually fires, has a man there. It's in his hands. He's out of bounds. That pass complete to Stump. Again, when Stroon is under pressure, he escapes, and that allows wide receivers to outmaneuver their coverage. Ralston checking in now for Peterson. Now the ball spotted. It's like at the 10-yard line. First down and goal. Salisaw has 34 seconds. And this is a tackle in some sort of motion. Not real sure what they were trying to do. False start. Or he was pulling early. He was pulling early, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And 5-yard penalty sets him to the 15. 33 seconds remaining. The penalty does stop the clock. First down and goal from the 15. Looked like another false start, but they're not going to blow any whistles. The pressure in the backfield, fires the ball up, and that one's knocked away. Very nice defense by Lane Wood. he was able to read that. I think he had the receiver was open briefly, but Wood closed the gap and knocked it away. So from the 15, it'll be second down and goal. 27 seconds remaining. At this point, it's like a hold your breath. They're going to have second, third, and fourth down shots at the end zone. Tiger defense, Tiger secondary, Tiger defensive line being called upon. Timeout on the field, and this will be a timeout, Tigers. There's the breather that we needed. I think during this timeout, both teams trying to strategize maybe the next several plays. Salisaw has no timeouts, but incomplete passes, well, they stop the clock. So it gives you a fresh play clock to get the play called in. You know, out of most of the timeouts, as Bruce is joining us here for the end of this one, as most of our timeouts coming out of our Hillcrest timeouts, our defense, knock on wood, has had something drawn up that has been effective.
Well, I'm hoping that pulling guard or tackle kind of disrupted their momentum there.
5 more yards to gain. Here's Stroon. Back to pass.
Across the middle.
And that is caught, and the ball popped out. And they're going to call it caught, and they're going to let him keep the possession, I believe, where it went out of bounds.
What a shot!
Yeah, that was a nice tackle. It does put the ball at the 9-yard line, and it does stop the clock with 20 seconds to go.
We got a player down, and that's the one that got hit. I mean, he took a shot. Good clean hit, got on the ball and knocked it completely out.
And mostly the air, most likely. He's up and he's moving, and that didn't take long to get to him. So
I felt that shock way up here.
And the coaches are saying, hey, what are we doing? And the referee's saying, we're going. 20 seconds remaining. Brings up third down and 9.
Big down.
In theory, Salisaw has 2 shots at the end zone. Or 2 plays, however crafted. Defense will have to be anywhere and everywhere all over the place on this one. Could be run pass option. Got another guy running on late. 12 seconds, 10 seconds on the play clock. Here's Stroon looking to the end zone. Fires to the end zone.
Touchdown.
That one looks like it's caught. No signal yet, and it is. That touchdown fired in from Stroon to, I believe, Cooper Cox. So that with 13 seconds remaining, we'll make it a 1-point game. And that's the question. Do you go for go ahead and tie it up? And it looks like they're getting set to. Or do you go for 2?
You know, I would watch for them go for 2 here just to win it because they've got the speed to the outside.
Now, Wagner certainly faked a field goal earlier in the year to beat Cushing by 1. Instead, we'll see. Here's the snap. Coming through, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 13 seconds remaining, Salisaw has tied it up.
Wow.
And the Tigers will be on the receiving end of the kick. And we'll go ahead and come back with that action right after this. You're listening to it live right here on Hub Network. Be back in a moment.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
So Salisaw, Black Diamonds, getting set to kick after tying the game up at 13 seconds remaining. Most likely some sort of squib kick.
Yeah.
Not to give Tigers much opportunity to return.
That's what I do. I'd keep it low, Travis, and run that clock out, play for the overtime.
Tigers might just immediately cover it up and try for an offensive play or maybe a return. And here's the return from the 20-yard line. I believe that's Bales.
It looked like.
I believe he gets to the 35-yard line, maybe 36, with 7 seconds remaining in the game, regulation-wise.
And enough for one big long pass here to Matheson. Been very lucrative here tonight.
Yeah, something may be drawn up, something maybe you haven't shown before, maybe just a deep pass. We'll see. 7 seconds remaining. Tigers all tied up, 28-28. And as we mentioned, this is first round of playoffs, and survive and advance is the goal.
And both teams have done that all the way through this ball game. It's been a good fight.
Yeah, here we are, 2 wide receivers near side, and we will go into overtime. Tigers like their chances better in overtime with fresh set of downs. And Salisaw crowd and Cushing crowd getting fired up. You'll see overtime right here live on Hub Network. Be back in just a moment.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
At Davis Dental Studio, our patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
So the Tigers are gathering at midfield, captains on both teams, to discuss the overtime rules. As I understand it, there'll be a coin toss, and the team that wins the coin toss has a choice of going on offense or defense first. And both teams have an opportunity, if I remember right. There's the coin toss. I believe there will be a play clock in the overtime, but there will not be a running game clock.
And
it looks like the Tigers will play defense. That Salisaw did win the toss and has chosen to go on offense first.
That's a great choice right there.
I believe Salisaw have an opportunity to, like they have 4 downs. If they score, then the Tigers have the opportunity, and it just goes back and forth till one team comes out ahead. If I remember right.
This is our first time going into overtime this year, so, you know.
Seems like the last overtime we had was a few years back, and it was on this south end of the field, and that was kind of the exchange.
I don't remember.
A little, you know, it's fuzzy memory. Not fuzzy Mike type, but. So the Tiger defense will have the first task, I think. We'll see here. I think the ball gets set around the 10. So they mark the ball at the 10, and Salisaw has 4 downs. And They come out showing Stevens in the backfield with a fullback type, Braxton Lamb, in front of him, 6'1", 230-pound senior. Stroon remains at quarterback. We've only seen Jackson Harris the one possession, I believe, tonight. Here's the first snap of overtime. Stroon rolls to his right. That is tipped and almost brought in by the Tigers. The pass is incomplete. I believe the Tigers almost got it. The second, Black Diamond almost got it. When those balls get tipped, man, it gets exciting. Nonetheless, one down. Brings up second down and 10.
You know, the crowd, we have not lost one person out of the stands during this ball game. Everybody has stayed to watch to the very end.
Yeah, as we said, the winner of this survives for next week. And here's Stroon with Stevens to his left, 3 wide receivers to the far side. And the run pass option, Stroon will keep it. He'll find some running room and a blocker, and he'll find his way to the end zone. So in overtime, run pass option that's worked really well all night. Stroon makes the first strike. Now we see the extra point attempt, and indeed number 9 does come on. So it looks like they'll go for 1 again.
They made it look easy.
Yeah, and don't go anywhere as the high school overtime rules work. As we understand now, the Tigers have an offensive possession from the 10-yard line. The snap and up, I believe it is the same end of the field. Once the Tigers come out, it seems that one team chooses offense or defense and the other team decides which side of the field, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that. Now 35-28, and we'll keep it right here with you as the Tiger offense now gets set to come out on the field.
And a quick here, Travis, RCB Bank has sponsored the halftime stats, so let's go into some of those real quick. Hilligoff, 18 for 24 passing, 194 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. Outstanding night for Hilligoff.
And he'll march back out there with his crew and try to jump back on to Salisaw, now up 35-28. Tigers will have 4 downs. There's the snap. Hilligoff fires and almost picked off.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for a signal from somebody. I guess it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, 14 jumped up and had it.
The design of the play was pretty unique in that Hilligoff was coming to the line like he was running like he's been doing all night and then flip it up and over the line to would-be receiver. However, you said 14 decided differently. Now 4 wide receivers near side. Heisler gets set. Hilligoff will run to that far side. He'll try to get the corner. Penalty flag comes in as Hilligoff is tackled near the line of scrimmage.
That may be a holding on us.
Yeah, a penalty there. And it is indeed holding against the Tigers, so a spot foul marks off 10 yards. The only thing I can say that maybe works positive about that is spots the ball 20, gives you a little more room to work, to open somebody up. But no matter how you slice it, it's still second down. So
that's awfully optimistic, Travis. Look at that.
It's putting a positive spin on a not so positive situation. Here's Hilligoff now under pressure. He eludes the pressure, loses the ball. Tigers have got to get on top of that or this game's over. And I believe Salisaw has recovered. The officials are taking off from the field, and that'll be the ball game. Tigers will lose in a heartbreaker to Salisaw 35-27 in the opening round of the playoffs. And the would-be shocked Salisaw fans and players are just going crazy as the Tigers will come out, do the sportsmanlike thing. We're going to have, all right, we'll go to commercial real quick. We're going to have James and Fuzzy Mike and our post-game wrap-up right after this. You're listening to it live right here on Hub Network.
2003, Pro Events has had one singular focus: great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd, Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
For the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. James and Fuzzy Mike are ready on the field with Coach Morgan.
That is the most exciting football game that I have ever called. And I know it didn't turn out the way you wanted, but man, what a game.
It was. And, you know, anytime that you're sitting here, your heart goes to the seniors right now. I don't know. Hats off to Salisaw. They were ready to play, played a good football game. I love this group, the body of work that they put in. And, you know, it's thinking about those guys right now.
Yeah, you said it, just the way they transformed all season long. And they left everything out there, including this guy right here who just took hit after hit. What a great job. And as you said, it's so hard for the seniors. You get so close to them, and you've led them so well this year, Coach. And a lot of strange things this week with the accidents and stuff like that happening around town. How have you adjusted with the players on that?
You know, I thought we had a good week coming in. They were ready to play. I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words right now.
Hey, Coach, I know it's hard to say. I'm going to tell you right now, great job, great season. Back to you guys.
There you have a few thoughts from Coach Morgan in the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview with James and Fuzzy Mike. And now we transition right to the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up. And Bruce and Travis here, just, you know, a few things. The team, Bruce, has played very diligently all year long with a goal in mind. It was to host the first round of the playoffs and to advance and to maybe make another run at a semifinal, a quarterfinal, a finals. And they just come up a little bit short tonight.
They did, and Salisaw, credit to them. They came in with a game plan. They followed through that game plan, and Tigers just couldn't. That secondary just could not stay up with that middle. Salisaw hurt us over the middle a lot tonight with some long balls, and Salisaw definitely come in and won this ball game.
Yeah, and I just want to, a couple things go back. With a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, I was almost completely confident of the Tigers in a 7-point lead. And you look at the way things developed there, and we end up giving the ball back to they end up tying the game going into overtime and played the overtime the way they did. Salisaw comes from probably one of the toughest overall districts in the entire Class 4A. They had Poto right at the top and Ada right at number 2. So you're looking at a third-place team as our opponent tonight, and they come from one of the toughest districts, and they showed why.
Right. They did, and like a very, very tough team. They're, like I said earlier in the votes notes, RCB halftime, their record did not reflect the game that we saw tonight. They were a very solid ball team. They get in the red zone. We had, I don't even think we stopped them every time they got into the red zone. They did such a good job. They mixed the balance. They had a good balance of passing and running. And their backfield, they either had the tailback or the quarterback that would hurt you on every run.
And it really never felt like either team was panicked in any situation, as the Tigers were able to come out and score first, and Salisaw wasn't panicked. They ended up coming, and both teams had a possession that scored and a possession that didn't go anywhere at the beginning of the game. Go into halftime 14-14, you make adjustments, you come out in the second half, and we saw what we saw. Both teams kind of back and forth. And even when the Tigers had a 7-point lead, it seemed that Salisaw did not panic, and they were able to put something together that was able to, in this result, advance them to the second round of the playoffs. And our, as Coach Morgan said it best, your heart goes out to the seniors on the team. That it does every year at that last ball game, no matter if you're state champions or not. Your heart goes out to the seniors of the team that have been there for 4 years, and they're leaving a legacy to younger players. And I've said it over and over and over. You build a team over years and years and years of seniors and what they leave behind.
And you touched on it that both teams look very poised all the way through the game. Both teams were very balanced, either on offense or on defense. It was just one of those battled games. You hate losing at home. You feel bad for the seniors. You feel bad for the crowd. You feel bad for the coaches. But this was one of those ball games that this is why you come to the ball game. This is why you watch it on the hub, to watch games like this. This was just a game of who is the toughest.
Yeah. And that's why you say, here we are. This is high school playoff football, and some of it at its best. And certainly proud of both teams on the field tonight. For all of us here at Hub Network, Landon Myers up on the camera, Kenzie Terrell in the producer spot, Joe Kennedy in the producer spot, and Bruce Vogt with Votes Notes. Post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Ortho, Oklahoma. For James Kaufelt, I'm Travis Peary, and that will put a conclusion on tonight's game and the Tigers 2023 football campaign. You caught it all right here on Hub Network Live. We'll see you next time. Thank you, and God bless.